Hi, this is Kathy Johnston from MilitaryTour.com. We will be discussing which German World War II SA Dagger you have. We will talk about the 7 types of SA Daggers, details of how and what they were made of, along with quality and standards of this dagger. With millions of daggers produced in the 30s and 40s for use by the SA Sturmabteilung or stormtroopers, and also known as brown shirts, the SA Daggers became the most commonly used dagger in Germany. Due to its large production, there was over 200 manufacturers and distributors of the SA Dagger, making for a large number of manufacturing stamps on them. Made even more so by the practice of different companies being responsible for the making of the grip and the guards. These companies could purchase the blades and scabbards from one company, add their own grips or guards, then they would be able to put their own stamps on the daggers, making the number of stamp variations vast. With so many different manufacturers, the quality and standards became relaxed and were not consistent from one manufacturer to another. Due to this, materials were no longer interchangeable as one factory had a different standard than the next. Looks and quality were always of utmost importance to Hitler, which of course can be seen in the detail and quality of Germany's army uniforms and field gear. As a way of solving this large problem, the Germans then introduced the grading standard called RZM. This set forth the regulations that all manufacturers had to follow with regards to sizes, colors, and materials. All members of the SA were entitled to purchase and wear the SA dagger, and they could alter the dagger as they saw fit. Along with the required RZM markings on the dagger, district markings could be struck on the handguard, which indicated the place for which the dagger had been awarded. There was also a number of variations that were produced. There was the standard 1933 pattern SA Dagger, the SA Rom Dagger, Marine SA Dagger, SA Honor Dagger, the SA High Leader Honor Dagger, and the SA Feldherrnhalle Dagger and post-war daggers. In 1933, Hitler commissioned Professor Werner of the Solingen School of Commerce to design an edge weapon for dress wear by the SA. This became the standard 1933 pattern SA Dagger, and it was first issued in February 1934, and it was styled after a 16th century German hunting dagger known as the Holbein Dagger. The SA Dagger was 37 centimeters long and was made with a number of different woods. Some of the manufacturers finished this wood in different colors and using different finishes. In the middle of the grip is a Nazi eagle holding a wreath, and a swastika is in the center of this wreath. There is also a small circular runic or roundel in the wooden grip. The carbon steel blade, available in cross grain or polished, was etched in Gothic style with the words Alles für Deutschland, or everything for Germany. There are some variations on earlier models that can read Deutschland über alles. The scabbard was finished in red-brown oxide, along with several other variations of brown, and was attached to a solid nickel chape and locket, or throat fitting. The chape on most SA daggers was held with 4 set screws, though some were not, and the chape had a finial at its end. The throat fitting had a metal ring affixed that allowed for a leather hanger to be attached. The hanger was used to hang the dagger from the wearer's belt. The dagger had an upper and lower crossguard that were both curved and both made of nickel. The upper crossguard was held with a pommel nut. Both the guards and the fittings, along with the scabbard, were all coated with a clear varnish. When the RZM standard came into place in 1935, the dagger fittings were usually then made with plated zinc. Maker marks were stamped on the back side of the blade, the side that did not have the word etchings on it. After 1935, they were marked with the RZM stamp and maker code number. It was possible that both the RZM stamp and the maker mark could be present. The 1933 pattern is the most common and basic dagger that was issued to the SA members, and millions were manufactured. Ernst Röhm, a German military officer, was the founding member of the Nazi Party and one of the first members of the German Workers' Party. He was also a close friend and ally of Adolf Hitler. Due to his important service with the SA, a Röhm dagger was created. There are approximately 100,000 of these daggers distributed. Hitler became worried about Röhm's power and had him executed in 1943. It was then ordered that all Röhm daggers be destroyed, or as an acceptable alternative, his inscription be grinded off. Due to this, daggers with the Röhm inscription are very hard to find. The Naval Marine SA Dagger was patterned after the 1933 standard model, but it was smaller. Coming in two separate models, the Marine was authorized to wear this dagger starting in 1934. The second Marine model had a brown handle and scabbard along with copper or brass fittings. The SA Honor Dagger, first issued by Rome, had a damask blade. Rome had a more relaxed criteria for awarding this dagger, so it was issued in large numbers. Rome's predecessor, Victor Lutz, used a stricter criteria, usually issuing them to higher-ranking officers only. Though initially based on the basic 1933 model, some of the other changes were oak leaf reliefs on the crossguard and hilt, and or sometimes on the scabbard fittings. In 1936, an elite group of the SA was formed called the Feldherrnhalle as a special force of bodyguards, in ways similar to the SS. In 1937, the SA Feldherrnhalle dagger was made and designed by Paul Kasberg for use by leaders of the Feldherrnhalle or staff. A limited number were made by its only manufacturer, the Carl Elkhorn Company. The Feldherrnhalle dagger is quite different from any of the other SA daggers and was similar to the Army blade. Introduced in 1938, the High Leader Honor Dagger was different from the regular Honor Dagger as it was standardized. It was fashioned after the presentation dagger given to Victor Lutz after he became the new head of the SA. Members awarded this dagger were limited to only some high leaders and those that excelled in their duties. Large differences between the normal honor dagger and the high leader honor dagger consisted of the suspension chain having small plates bearing swastikas. The handle is made of wood, and the hilt and crossguards are also decorated with oak leaves and acorns. The only manufacturer of this dagger was the Carl Elkhorn Company. During 1946 and 1948, manufacturers had an unusable stock of SA daggers and their parts. As there was also an influx of U.S. soldiers in Germany during the same time, manufacturers started selling the daggers to them, at which time they became a collectible. Post-production daggers were normally manufactured by B&A, and the B&A emblem was on the daggers. The word German is also stamped on post-production daggers, which was never stamped on any war production daggers. They were also normally sold without a scabbard. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some useful information from it. For more historical information or to purchase any of the products discussed, please visit our website at www.militarytour.com. We specialize in historical military products and have a huge variety to choose from. Take care.